Walking the halls again in your memory. The halls are gone now. If you miss a chance to walk the halls of Butler High last year, you'll never be able to do it again, except in your memories. My sisters Sandy, Debbie, and I got in at the last minute. The science hall, the second floor, and the back wing were already sealed up for the asbestos abatement, so we wandered down from the lunchroom to the old gym. It was very much like a scene from the movie Titanic. Debris-filled rooms slowly seemed to straighten with tidy rows of seats filled with bright-eyed boys and some of the prettiest girls in the world. If you imagined hard enough, you could see a hand being raised and a teacher shaking her head at a dumb question. And maybe a head or two laid down taking a nap in the warm afternoon. People turning around in their seats talking quietly with friends. Venetian blinds swirling in the breeze. You got to remember, my memories are all pre-air conditioning. A bell sounding loudly, the halls filling with laughing, jostling crowds rushing by, master locks rattling against locker doors, and papers and books being grabbed as the overstuffed contents spilled out of the locker. Young lovers hurrying to class, him dropping her off and dashing off to his class. Smokers sneaking around for a quick and illicit cigarette. Teachers hanging near the doors, keeping an eye on things. We walked down to the old gym, and the floodgates really opened. Trophy cases that once were filled with the triumphs of the men and women of BHS stood empty. The ribbons and trophies, Barry Timmerman's jersey, moved to a place of honor at the new gym, where kids walk by it now and it has no meaning to them. Then through the double doors into the gym, and it all really came back in a rush, from assemblies to sock hops, rat court to basketball games. Setting up chairs that were stored in long rolling carts under the stage for an assembly. Cheers of victory and screams of joy. Classes shouting challenges at each other across the gym. War ball, calisthenics, running laps around the gym. Steam-filled locker rooms. Clouds of right guard coaches tossing tiny towels at you. Lockers filled with what would now be considered biohazardous waste. Socks that almost cracked when you dropped them on the floor, and t-shirts that could be bulletproof. Sophomores to be pitched out the back door in various states of undress. Willie, walking back after watching us run laps in the stadium. Then it was time to go back. It was a long, slow walk back up the hall to the lunchroom, past the room where Mr. Neal taught me history, past the library, the audiovisual storeroom, Mr. Wall's German classroom, past my sophomore locker. Now, I couldn't exactly remember which one it was, but my lock combination was 8-10-4. Up the ramps to the junction of the main halls. Down to the left, the home ec rooms, the nurse and guidance offices, and of course headquarters, the domain of Mr. McKenzie and Mr. Heinley, ruled with an iron fist by Miss Balk. I tried to peer through the plastic sheeting on the right to catch one final glimpse of the classes where I took Biology 1 and 2, and Chemistry, and all the way down to the end and hang a left to room 121, where as a senior I had some of the best friends and best times of my life. Then, a little sadly, we walked out the double doors of the Student Center, past the benches, and back to the world where a man pushing the far edge of middle age can only look back and smile fondly.